Hi, I'm Melanie Heinz-Zucker, and I am what is called a previvor. I have the BRCA1 breast cancer gene, and I had prophylactic surgery at 37 years old to remove my breasts and my ovaries.
Hi, I am Karen Schmerling, and I am a BRCA previvor.
Hi, I'm Abby Match, and I'm a breast cancer thriver. I was diagnosed on August 5th, 2020 with triple-negative breast cancer and later found to have the BRCA1 mutation through genetic testing. I had a double mastectomy and full hysterectomy. I had reproductive genetic testing done, and that to me meant that I had done everything I needed to do in terms of genetic testing. I had heard of BRCA, and Tay-Sachs and, things prevalent in the Jewish community. But what I didn't really know was that BRCA was never part of that panel. And now my mission and my passion is to tell all of these young adults, great that you checked for your offspring, but you did not check for yourself, and here's what you need to do.
The Cancer Gen test is something that people can sign up to do kind of themselves. You go online to the JScreen program, and it's a pretty straightforward process. You can go through your medical insurance if you have medical insurance and if you want to use that, and you can also just go completely out of pocket if you prefer to do it that way. And it's a cancer screening test that allows you to look at whether or not you have mutations in a number of different common cancer-causing genes. And these are genes that cause breast cancer, but also genes that lead to other cancers. So you can be pretty confident that if you get a negative result, that you pretty much don't have any mutations in the genes that we know to be common cancer-causing genes. But then if you get a positive result of one of these genes, you can have genetic counseling as well through the JScreen program to help you understand what exactly we know your risk to be, and then how you can go about using that information to help you prevent cancer.
When my little sister was 32 years old, she discovered tumors in both her breasts. It was breast cancer. At the same time, I was 37. I had my testing, and I found out I was BRCA1 positive. My husband and I decided that we were going to take matters into our own hands. I had my ovaries taken out and a double mastectomy. I honestly can say I have never looked back from there.
JScreen sent my daughter the saliva test. She did it, she mailed it back, and 3 weeks later, she called me and said, "Mom, I have BRCA." I knew that I had to get the test done for BRCA, and my husband also did it. It came back, and I too was positive for BRCA.
So BRCA1 and BRCA2, BRCA1 and BRCA2, are the two most common genes that we know when mutations occur can lead to a higher risk of breast cancer. But in the recent years, we've learned that there are a number of other different cancer-causing genes as well. So you not only get information back about whether you have a mutation in BRCA1 or BRCA2, but you also will learn about your PALB2, CHEK2, ATM status, as well as other genes. If you get information that say you have a mutation in a cancer-causing mutation, of course that's not the news you want, but it is really helpful news because it allows you to then go back to your doctors and kind of build a medical team of people that you need to help you decide what to do to either do increased screening for cancer so you catch cancer early if it occurs, reduce your own risk of cancer if there are things you can do that are helpful for risk reduction, or potentially prevent cancer by having preventative surgery. I think those are huge decisions, so it's good to sort of take some time if you have to sort of sort out what the options are and get yourself emotionally and physically ready for whatever choices you decide to make.
You look at my mom's side of the family, and there's cancer everywhere. It's just that it's not breast and ovarian. It's pancreatic, which is part of BRCA1 and BRCA2. And there's melanoma, which is part of BRCA1, BRCA2. Yes, family history of pancreatic and melanoma, and I'm the first with breast cancer. And I have so much guilt because I brought my baby girl into this world with the possibility of developing the most aggressive form of breast cancer, or the thought of ovarian or pancreatic. I mean, these deadly diseases. We need change. Awareness isn't enough, but screening and early detection can be.
It is not a death sentence. It is knowledge. It's prevention. It's knowing that you can be aware that your body may have a predisposition for certain cancers. And then you can decide how you want to live your life. And I encourage everyone to do the cancer screening at JScreen.
You don't know what the answers are going to be, but I truly believe it's better to have choices than to have cancer into your body.
We could eradicate this at some point in our community. We really could. It just takes education and accessibility to testing.
I think sometimes people don't want to get genetic testing done because they feel like they kind of don't want to know. But what I always tell people, and I feel this and I've lived it myself, is that knowledge is power. If you find out that you have a mutation in a cancer-causing gene, you then have information about yourself that you can use to make decisions. As an oncologist, I always say it's kind of better to tell someone you're at risk for cancer and here's how we can prevent it, than to tell someone you have cancer and here's how we need to treat it.
I really want everyone to have the same opportunities that I have had, because this is a gift.
It absolutely saved my life. I'm forever grateful, and it too can save your life.
If you don't test, you won't know.
Please go get tested.